Cradle, The Rise of the Chosen, Chapter 18, Part 1. They walked on the beach shore to the north. The clouds looked like paintings in a little pink. Taikuma assumed that was from the oil refineries off the coast, employed by either Atlas or Hartford. Gino and him were to meet Josh at the cave Rialto. It was 3 miles north on the Hessian coastline, the Palacio coastline. Gino seemed excited for this mission, and Takuma was rather hesitant now that it was here because he had the habit of either getting incarcerated or maimed. "Ha, Belor! Why the face?" Gino asked. Takuma simply shook his head and pointed in the general direction of Cave Rialto. "Giolumi! Seriously," she encouraged. "Rialto-me, Gino Fuya. Guess I got things to live for now," Takuma answered. "Do being?" she asked with a slight smile. "Yoli, Boti. You, of course," he said, and then nudged her side with his elbow. "Sworni, Moeltil, Yoyo. And I guess our future together," he finished. Queen Gino put her arm around her king's neck, and they walked together for a few minutes. Tioti, Humaji, Bilbi. How come you never talk about having kids?" Takuma asked. She walked on silently for a few moments. "Noitil Maal. I'm scared to," she answered. "Yutilu, Kahal Vitum, Op. Never stopped you before," Takuma said. She laughed. "Gieko, Nitit, Lumkilo Vinitu, Eoyolye. Yeah, I know. I just have a soft spot for kids. Giento, Jami, Ioel. They make me feel vulnerable." Takuma took his wife's hands in his and squeezed. "Goji, Kumiel, Loji. Just imagine how strong you'll become," he said. She stopped walking and they faced each other, smiled and kissed passionately. Josh was sitting on a craggy boulder just outside the mouth of the cave. His robe was snowy white and he looked to be truly peaceful. As the king and queen approached, he waved once and went back into the loft. They approached within feet of him, and he continued thinking just a bit more, and then turned to them with a warm smile. "Julunjientim, more home, new mission. Bien tool?" Excited, Josh asked. "Kael, Puerto Muy, Kum. Takuma has the pre-journey jitters," she and Josh chuckled, and Takuma smiled amiably. "And Julie, Piakil, we're going to have to wait. Tomjiku, Maba, Volkamen. I want the Volkamen to transport us. Niji Tati Kuantil. The crown can track me if I do," Josh informed. "Sujitu, the God Volkamen? Are you more powerful than the Volkamen?" Takuma asked. "Yoli, Etul, Witu. Let's not make such rash comparisons," Josh said with a humble grin. Takuma nodded and looked into the cave. It was beautiful and huge, and it was his first time seeing it. It looked like the mouth of the cave was layered back into its depths with arches that were roughly equally straight in distance between each other. He could hear the water inside the cave and could see the wavy reflections or shadows of the waters on the cave's ceiling, though he had to use his Itaran because it was so dark inside. What was also beautiful was the grassy covering on the cave hundreds of feet above, where the birds were hovering and hopping about. The clouds were still a little pink, and the air was fresh. Things just seemed right when Josh was involved. "Pupoli, Kumol. What are you thinking about?" Josh asked Takuma. Jujunit, Ado, Hiji, Nitum. Nothing, just trying to get rid of the jitters," Takuma reiterated. "Kumi, Cheliti, Ol. Why do you think that is?" Josh asked plainly. "Jimmy, Polumu. Just feels like my luck may run out." Josh gave Takuma a searching look and then nodded and looked off towards the cave. "Let's travel, shall we?" Josh asked. "Jili Kietu. No time like the present," Takuma gestured. "Nieku Noti Volkamen. These aren't the Volkamen you've worked with before," Josh began. "Hoja, Kalnin Guantil Kum. The holy of this unit doesn't like you, Josh said to Takuma. Joragoni Dieduli Itariyama. He is suspicious of you, Itariyama. Kotinir Twiniji. He thinks they come easily to you. Sirir Notimin Niti Kosh. Wouldn't most take that as a good sign? Takuma asked. Josh nodded and thought for a moment. Ijiman Tuoko Folersium. This one has been through many horrible wars, Josh explained. Kajie Hamal Idlu Ritterfidi. It took a while for him to accept me too. The gloom of the cave wasn't too overpowering, but there seemed to be an abundance of skittering lizards, small scurrying on the cave wall and in and around the puddles. The dripping water echoed pleasingly in Takuma's ears, and the darkness wasn't anything his Itariyama couldn't handle. Again, Josh seemed to shine no matter where he was. Gino was quiet, but for some reason she looked pleased or content. She was still glances at Takuma and looked towards him as he was looking to see if there was anything of note. Deep enough in the cave where they were hidden from the coastline's view, Josh stopped and gave both of the couple a look in their eyes, and he slowly bowed his head. Takuma did the same, but all the same he saw the fog roll in from midair, and there was a slight chill. The fog became so dense he could feel it cooling the inside of his lungs, and then a snap happened, and the fog instantly dissipated, and the Volkmen were standing there, all three, and they were imposing giants just as usual. The forefront Volkmen approached Takuma and stopped 2 feet in front of him, looking down at him with nondescript, fluid, metallic eyes. He looked down upon Takuma, and his humming presence seemed to intensify by the moment. After another few tense moments, the Volkman turned his back upon Takuma and looked at Josh. The whole experience to Takuma left an odd feeling, and for some strange reason he didn't feel too afraid. He was just baffled by what this Volkman had a problem with. Buki, Yan, Hiridai, you listen on this voyage. Utulma Ulio, Figoni, we will transport you there. Buki, Hajiyachi, Mani, Muli, Uyoli, Suli, Janis. You listen. You must be back at rendezvous in 12 hours. Bun Kui, understand? The Volkman asked. Before Josh could answer, they were all transported to the land of the generous.